Hello achievers, this week we have soil composition. In it I'm looking at the component of soil, that is what makes up soil. It will interest you to know that soil is made up of air, water, soil living organism, soil organic matter and soil organic minerals. Each have their own percentage as you can see here. Now let's take up soil water. Soil water help to dissolve plant nutrient into solution form and it's also an important agent of weathering in the rock. Essential for plant growth, medium for soil reactions, and aid turgidity of soil cells. Now let's look at air. Air is also very important for the growth and development of plant. It promotes easy germination of seed and soil doesn't respire oxygen for respiration. Do you also know that poor aeration causes dumping of which result to plant disease? Here I have soil plant water relationship, that is to say how plant absorb water either through the root systems and also is helpful for photosynthesis in plant. Water is very important to plant water. Here I have soil living organisms and organic matter which help in the decomposition of organic matter for plant use. Soil living organisms burrow into the soil, thereby increasing aeration status of the soil. Here is a cassava plant that is deficient of nitrogen. Because of the importance of nitrogen and other minerals in the soil, you can see here that the plants are turned yellowish. Nitrogen supports the growth of plants and also is the main source of plant nutrients. Hence, it helps to hold water for both plant and animal activity. It also serves as a moderating effect on soil temperature. Hence, it affects soil porosity. You can see it in this tomatoes plant having enough minerals. Well, here, this is a sample of a plant leaf that's deficient of phosphorus. Hence, you can see the coloration of the leaves. Similarly, here is another plant that is deficient of potassium. This shows that if there is presence of soil minerals in the soil, the plant will definitely do well in all areas. Soil water. As you know, soil water has 25% in the soil and it's important because it influences the nutrient availability to plants. It also helps in temperature regulations in the soil. Again, soil water is needed by microorganisms, both plants and other living organisms. Now we are going to see the types of soil water in the soil. Here I have 3 types of soil water: hygroscopic water, capillary water, and gravitational water. Actually, hygroscopic water is a water that is not available to plants. It's usually in the soil in a very firm amount, so it can only be removed by either heat or temperature. We also have capillary water. Capillary water is the best type of water in the soil because it's the only available water to plants. Hence, it disobeys the force of gravity. Instead of going down, it moves upwards, so it can make itself available for plant to use. I have the third type of water, which is gravitational water. Gravitational water is that type of water that obeys the force of gravity. Therefore, it's not also available for plant use. It goes beyond the reach of the plant, so that plant will not be able to use or utilize such water. Like I told you before, in relationship between water and air, in that I said water has 25%, similarly with air, but that it is being influenced by the weather condition. So the higher the amount of water in the soil, that will reduce the amount of air feed spore in the soil. Then that will lead to what we call soil aeration, which is the exchange of carbon 4 oxide CO2 here with that of the oxygen in between the soil and the atmosphere. So this is increased by the activities of microorganisms. Now here, let us watch a short cartoon that will be explaining further the meaning of soil, the component of soil, as well as the importance of the components. Listen carefully.
Today we will learn about soil. So let's start. Soil is the topmost layer of earth, or the skin of earth, which is mainly made up of a mixture of minerals, small or big rock particle, clay, water, and organic matter. This topmost layer of earth is responsible for all the life on earth, as almost all types of plants grow in this layer of the earth. And we know ultimate source of food for all living things is plants. Now let's learn the components of soil. First is the organic matter. It is dead and decaying plant and animal remains. Then is the nutrients and minerals. Nutrients are substances that all living things need in order to grow. And mineral are the nutrients found in soil, and it comes from the different types of rocks in soil. Air and water. Air and water are present inside the soil pores. During dry season, air is more in the soil, and during wet season, water is more inside the soil. Microorganisms and small animals. Small living organisms like worms, ants, termites, gastropods, arthropods, and nematodes are there in the soil. So kids, we learned the components of soil. Now let's learn some important functions of soil. It stores minerals. Soil contains various minerals that act as the nutrients for the plants. Soil contains both organic and inorganic mineral matters. Inorganic minerals are derived from weathering of rocks, and they can be magnesium, sodium, potassium, iron, aluminum, sulfur, chlorine. And organic minerals are derived from decaying plant and animal remains. Inorganic minerals provide calcium to the plant, whereas organic minerals provide nitrogen to the plant. Water provides hydrogen to the plants. Air provides carbon dioxide to the plants. Soil stores water. Soils consist of particles and pores, and these pores can be filled with air, but also with water. The amount of pores in a soil is different for different types of soil. The process of water entering the soil is called infiltration. When the soil has taken up all the water it can, we say that it is saturated. Soil purifies water. When rainwater passes through the different layers of soil, it filters out the water and purifies it. Soil works as a physical strainer, a biochemical renovator, and a biological recycler for all wastewater passing through it. Soil acts as a habitat for many types of organisms. Soil is the habitat of both macro and microorganisms. Macroorganisms are worms, rodents, and insects. Microorganisms are fungi, bacteria, algae, and protozoa, etc. And these macro and microorganisms are very important. Earthworms aerate the soil. That is, create spaces for air in the soil, and also helps to disintegrate and mix its constituents by passing large quantities of soil through their bodies and ejecting the same on the surface as worm casts. The quantity of soil passed through the bodies of earthworms is enormous. It is estimated that earthworms transport about 10 tons of soil per acre per year. The soil ejected by the earthworms possesses better fertility than the original soil. This activity of earthworms leads to the transfer of soil from the lower layers to the surface. The small burrows created by the earthworms provide the facility of aeration and drainage in the soil. Soil is the medium for plant growth. Soil is the medium that fulfills all the requirements of a plant for its growth. There are other mediums too. Plants can grow in water and some aerated nutrient solutions too. But the main and most common medium for plants to grow is definitely soil. Let's see requirements of a plant that are met by soil. Mechanical support. Roots anchored in the soil enable growing plants to remain erect. Plants stand erect because of the hold exerted by the soil on plant roots. Nutrient supply. Roots go deeper into the soil in search of nutrients, water, and air. Air and water supply. Soil acts as a reservoir of water and air. Plant absorbs water through their roots. From this reservoir, roots breathe in oxygen from the air stored in soil mass. Heat or warmth of the soil helps in rapid decomposition of litter, thus enable faster release of nutrients. The soil also stores the sun heat and supplies it to the growing plants. Soil is necessary for producing many things, almost everything that we use in our daily lives. All the fruits, vegetables that we eat, which are all supported by soil. Even the clothes we wear. Most of the clothes we wear comes from cotton, and the cotton comes from cotton plants, and cotton plants are grown in soil. So many baskets, carry bags are made up of jute, and jute too grows in soil. Erasers you use comes from rubber, and rubber too comes from a tree that grows in soil. The tea we drink comes from tea leaves, so it's too a plant that grows in soil. The milk we drink comes from a cow, and what does this cow eat? It eats grass, which too is a plant supported by soil. So there is no end to the uses of soil. Today we learned a lot about soil. Now go ahead and take a quiz to learn more.
Yes, before doing the quiz, I hope the message was clear, and I hope to see you in class where you ask more questions to clarify any issue you might have. Then do the assignment as well as to answer the content page questions and others. See you in class and have a good day.